As we said at the top, Pfizer announcing it's agreed to acquire Array for $48 a share in cash, 62% premium over the Friday close, enterprise value of $11.4 billion. They specialize in drugs to treat patients afflicted with cancer and other high-burden diseases, Jim, where there are a ton of unmet needs.
Look, anytime this colorectal, anytime you buy into a cancer pipeline, it's a winner because it is, there's so many miracles happening. I mean, genuine miracles happening in cancer treatment, and Pfizer needs something. I mean, that last quarter from Pfizer, I felt they had nothing.
Nothing. It's an interesting time in mergers and acquisitions in, largely speaking, big pharma, because there's plenty of cheap companies out there that you'd look at and you would say, why doesn't somebody buy this? It's trading at a fairly low multiple.
Right.
That's not where they're interested. That is not what they're interested in.
They want spec. They want no rev.
Exactly.
No rev. A rev means you're bad.
They want established services, established science without earnings.
Yes.
In gene editing, oncology, rare disease, that's what the big companies
versus Bristol Myers, which is down with Celgene, which is an established company with earnings that doesn't have the pipe.
Yeah.
You are so right. That's really good, man.
Well, it's funny. I was speaking to a couple of bankers 2 weeks ago about this.
You mean before you missed every major M&A when you went on vacation?
I make a point of missing the big deals.
I knew the deals were going to be big. I came to play because I knew you'd miss them. This is great info, though. Go ahead, because this is what I've been working on, but you have much more. You have better.
No, it's just, I mean, you know, and so you can look at any number of companies out there. Generics obviously are dead. It seems to be a commodity business. That's why they're incredibly cheap.
And do you see Teva? Oh, my God, you need a microscope.
Say again?
Teva. You need a microscope to see what the stock is.
It's unbelievable what's happened to Teva.
Stock. Remember what?
That's just one part of it. But you can look at any number of other companies, well beyond generics,
David,
that have much more robust businesses.
One of the great things about stock.
They do. They do.
Just a little insight. I've gleaned.
You know, the only
business.
question, Jim, is: are we going to see more of these types of deals where they continue to take their shots on companies that don't yet have a real revenue or earnings stream?
Yes. Yes, they will, and there's so many of them. They come public every day, too, which means that they weren't able to find a buyer. But I keep thinking about what happened with Bristol Myers, and I still think Celgene has a good pipe. And that is like the antithetical. It's antithetical. And by the way, look at Amgen, which is moderately biotech.
Yeah.
Look at how bad that stock acts. They don't want an Amgen, which is a huge company anyway. So they really want stuff that is so hard to value. You really have, I mean, Array's been a good one, but most of these companies, unless you have the scientists on the ground and they can say this thing's real, it's such a dice roll. Holy cow. And Pfizer just feels like, look, we got nothing to lose. You know what that is? It's a Bob Dylan acquisition. Because when you got nothing, you got nothing to lose. There you go.
It's a great line.
Thank you, Mr. Tambourine.
Well, really, the Ilya Kazan and now the Bob Dylan. It's only 9/11. 9/12.
Controversial Kazan reference. Yeah, it is only 9/11. But and by the way, Lee J. Cobb in that stuff.
Lee J. Cobb.
It's missing. But I find that what's working, Novartis. Why is Novartis working? They have got the perfect combination of decent drugs and fabulous future drugs. That's what people want. What they don't want is something like Bristol Myers, which is Me Too in so many different categories, including Revlimid. People are worried about Revlimid. Comes off patent, which is what you get when you have Celgene.
Right.
But Novartis has been the winner the whole way because they have a vision, and that vision is traced out by having both the future and the present. Pfizer, people feel like, doesn't have the present and really needs the future. Lilly has okay. Merck has one drug. This is an area that is fraught. Lilly had a setback with diabetes last week because Novo Nordisk had a better product.
And it is interesting to see how many of these large pharma companies are still relying on these small, no-sales companies for their science.
Right.
Instead of having it, I mean, they spend plenty of money on their own on R&D.